Hey guys, welcome back to Cheney's TCG Store. I'm here with another video today. Joining me today is going to be the White Mexican, and we're going to have a little bit different of a market watch. It's going to be more talking about the two new sets that we have this month. One being Power of the Elements, of course, and then also a little bit about Legendary Duelist Season 3, which I know we've covered a little bit already, but there's been some interesting price action going on over there and also some news, so we'll talk about that as well. But I guess first what we wanted to do is look at Power of the Elements booster boxes on TCG Player, kind of look at the price and kind of go over what our general thoughts are on the set, and also if we think it's a good pickup sealed or pickup to even open if you want to. So right now it's going for around $75. I did pick up a box, like I mentioned on an earlier video, for 70 that we're going to open up on the channel. But looks like it's starting to move up in price. It kind of bottomed out at that $70 range, and it's been selling like crazy. I've seen a couple of sales for like 10 boxes, 5 boxes. So people definitely are hungry to open this set. But yeah, I think you ordered 2 cases, right?
I did.
Yeah, and you said you're gonna open them up.
Yeah, so I ordered 2 cases back in like the first week of May. So really early May. I pre-ordered 2 cases off the eBay platform from a seller. And after the shipping was free, but after taxes, because it was I think it was like $1,200-$1,300 or something for the 2 cases total. So the taxes are pretty hefty on that because I'm here in New York, but
Oh
it
yeah,
it came out to be 51. I paid roughly around $51 per box. So initially it was a very good price, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
definitely. Yeah, it looks like there's plenty of available here for 75 though. I guess if you're gonna go with buying a case, I wouldn't come on here and order 12 individual boxes. I would definitely go check out eBay and see what deals you can get as like a case as a whole. I'm imagining you could probably still get a case for around $65 per box, which obviously is a lot higher than 51. But that's not terrible, especially if you're holding some sealed to sell later. I do think that this will do well sealed, especially now that we've got the rarity reveals. I mean, tier elements and Sprite like mostly are all the high rarity stuff. And I kind of feel like there's going to be a lot of expensive ultra rares in this set because a lot of the best cards for both archetypes are in ultra rare. Um, and then besides that, we do have another card that is going to be a staple. I do feel like for a lot of decks, or at least a kind of a generic card, I would say, which is going to be what is that card again? Can you help me out?
Ultimate Slayer.
There you go. I think that card is going to be really busted depending on what strategy you're playing, and it is also a secret rare, and it's pre-selling right now for around 70 to 80, but there's no sales. I just think it's a little bit expensive now. I do think that it has the potential to go back up towards that range, but I do think you'll be able to get it cheaper before it gets expensive again. But yeah, what do you feel about $75 boxes? Would you purchase?
So this is exactly why I went in so early. Now I'm taking in like the risk of potentially this seller holding the boxes or delaying them or getting them late and losing some value up front after release. But I I figured that with the popularity of tier elements and Sprite, that this product was going to be hot. It was going to pretty much almost fly off the shelf. So that's why I went in and got it so early because I didn't want to pay over MSRP. And I kind of figured that it was with popularity and hype, it was going to go above MSRP. I didn't know how far above MSRP, but it definitely was going to go. I believed it was going to go beyond MSRP. So that's why that I got it so early. So honestly, yes, it's expensive. It sucks if you want to play Sprite or tier elements, or if you're trying to get particular cards or pull particular cards from the set, you're really gonna have to bite the bullet now because it's significantly more. But um again, I kind of almost feel like depending like at this point, if you didn't already kind of get like around like that like 60-65 price, I don't know. Like for me, like I always wanted to go big and buy in bulk for the set because there's so much stuff that I wanted from the set and I've been anticipating it for so long. It's kind of hard for me not seeing like buying like cases of this, but in this situation, yes, it's pretty expensive. I think if I did not get as early as I did, I really don't see myself in this time buying boxes at this current price point. I think it's a little too far off for me.
I guess at the same time, it's kind of like, what is your goal? So if you're just one of those people that likes to open one box every time a new set comes out, see what you can pull, kind of get some of the like if you're looking to build a deck, get like some of the commons and supers and ultras, by opening one box and then ordering what else you need. Um, I don't think that's going to get cheaper than $75. I guess I'll put it that way. I do think the cap will probably be 85 towards 90 for this product, just depending on if people adopt these decks. But I do think that we probably won't see it cheaper than 70 to 75 from this point forward. And really, on even on pre-sale on TCG Player, this product, the lowest it ever went was $70, which usually the MSRP is around 65. So I mean, there's been quite a bit of demand for this product from the get-go. But I guess with that, my overall opinion would be, if you want to open one box, definitely check eBay or your locals and see what they're selling them for, because a lot of times locals just sell them at MSRP, and until they're out. I've been to locals like that, and then you have other ones that will kind of price gouge. But I guess yeah, just do a little bit of research if you want to get one or two boxes to open for fun. I do think it's a good product to open for fun, where you're gonna at least get most of your value back. Whereas other products, you might open one box and only pull 15 to 20% of your value back, which is what happened to me when I opened Battle of Chaos. Um, but yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say about it. Up to you, really. I wouldn't say it's a good investment to try to hold sealed like for one box from this point forward. Because I just, like, again, I think it'll maybe go to 90, 95 tops. But I mean, if you had to sell it afterwards, you're going to have to pay shipping and also fees and stuff. So you're just going to come out just about even. If you're going to go the sealed route, you pretty much need to get a case. A lot of the times too, if I'm buying like a single sealed box for like a sealed investment, I want to get it like when it's like on sale. Like for example, if you look like at Dimension Force, it's at like $58 a box now, which I think is a good price. Not that I would invest into that set for sealed at this point, but I guess that's my point.
There was a lot of sleepers in that set. When Diffo came out, I really kind of snubbed my nose at the set and I didn't really take much of an interest in it. But as time went on, I learned relatively quickly that there was actually some pretty blockbuster cards in that set, and I started to appreciate it more as time went on.
But yeah, I think Dimension Force was a great set. It's just investment wise, I don't think so as much. And the main reason is kind of like, even you had Therion, which is an amazing deck, but it's going to pretty much be irrelevant when this comes out. I guess, when does this come out? Friday?
Whatever 5 August is.
Okay, so that's next week. So I think this weekend is
So
sneak
yeah.
peek. I think the 31st is sneak peek. So
Yeah, are you gonna so what do you think about that? Are you gonna participate in your local sneak peek this weekend?
maybe. I haven't decided yet. I do them every once in a while. I don't do them every time.
I mean, so I don't know what your guys' locals do, but ours does basically like you go and like you get like the 5 packs or whatever, and then you compete for the promo, which is gonna be like the fish dude, and then there's I think they have like 1 or 2 mats that they give away too. So I'm more interested in the mat. I think the mat is probably like the best thing that you can get at those things.
Definitely. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is like whenever I see cheap promos from a set, like on TCG Player, I like to pick them up, like if they're like 50 cents or something, because it's so hard to get the promo card, because it's not like you just show up to sneak peek and you automatically get one. Like they're given like very limited copies. So like either you have to like, I've been to places where they just compete, like you said, for the promos in the mats and stuff, or I've been to other ones where it's literally like, if anybody can bring me a quarter with the year 1978 on it, you get a promo. Just different things.
That's really cool. I remember like long time ago, I remember like my first couple local stores, like they would actually like everyone got the promos. Do you remember like when you would go? This was like probably like 10 years ago. It was like a long time ago, but
I wasn't
they would
going around that time.
yeah, so like in like around 2012-ish era, like when you went to Sneak Peek, they only had limited numbers of mats, but everyone got those ultra promos, which was it kind of devalued them. But now like they're really old now, so now they're worth a little bit more. But I thought that was kind of cool because you got your packs, you got your ultra promos, and then you would compete for the mats, and that's how like it used to be. But obviously now it's different, which is also cool. Like the new system is also cool because there's less promos, so it makes the promos more valuable.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oops. Um, what was I gonna say? I guess still though, they usually, or at least whenever I've been, they still give you the field centers, like no matter what. I don't know what they do at yours.
Yeah, I mean, so I haven't, I don't know about this store. Like, so I've only been in New York for not even 2 years, so I haven't actually been to a sneak peek here in any of the New York locals. But I know that like I got a field center and I got a mat, and it wasn't a sneak peek or anything. It was just literally I was at locals, and this store just happens to like every once in a while when they get whatever they get, like OTS extra stuff, they'll just hand it out at a locals. Like it was literally like a raffle, and I won the raffle, and that's how I got the field center and the mat. And
Nice.
literally the mat is the same thing as the field center, but for as
Mm,
far as for sneak peeks, I don't know if it's like different
yeah,
for that.
generally from my experience, they get a ton of field centers. So usually everybody will get a field center with the purchase of a pack or their 6 packs. But for like the promo and the mat, like you have to win those or they because they're only given a few.
Does your locals, when you do sneak peek, do they give you OTS too? Like, do they give you like your 6 packs from the new set and then your field center and then OTS, or do they substitute the 6 packs for the OTS for that sneak peek game?
Well, no, so you buy your 6 packs. So like if you go in, it's like 20 bucks, whatever, you get the 6 packs and your field center. And then um if you spend 35, which is usually what I do, you also get your lost art or an OTS pack, depending for my locals at least. And then when you compete for OTS packs. You're not competing for extra packs of the new set, except for like the
Oh, so
play
you guys
mats and
can
stuff.
win more than one OTS. So like if you go to your locals, you get like you can win more than your entry OTS pack. Is that how that works for your locals?
Yeah, it's well, yeah. So you usually get like 2 packs for entering, and then it's kind of staggered. So if you got like first place, you would win 8 packs of OTS. If you got second, you would win like 6, and then so on up to like I think they usually do it for like the top 6 players or something.
Wow, that's really incredible. Like, cause so I don't know, like the locals here in New York, they're like super strict about OTS. Like, there's only been one time since I've been in the state that I've gotten 2 OTS packs, and that's kind of like a story for a different day because that was like very, very abnormal situation. But they're like really, really, really strict with OTS packs. Like you almost never like that's never used as like prize support. We always get like store credit. Like you get one OTS for entering, and then you play your Swiss or whatever it is. And then if you get top four or top five or whatever it is, like depending on how close up to number one you are, you get a percentage of store credit. But we've never had it to like where you win like multiple OTS packs. I actually like that idea. That'd be really cool to get multiple OTS packs in the same game.
Yeah, I think we have to move it forward because I don't know for whatever reason, but it says we only have 10 minutes left in this meeting. So
Okay.
I guess we're gonna have to. I don't know what that's never happened before, but I guess that's what it is. So I guess going through, so this is going to be your tier elements starter card. It's going for around 80. I guess before we get into any specific cards, pretty much you can expect most of these cards to go down in value as we get closer to release. I do think Sprite Blue will probably stay above 60 to 65. Um, and it actually was pre-selling for $100 earlier, so it's down, 15, 20 bucks. But I do think that since it's the only Sprites secret rare, like this is gonna stay pretty high. Uh, as far as this card, the Primeval Planet Perleriano, that was terrible. But I think it'll be expensive as well because it's definitely going to be played at least 2 or 3 copies. Because you're searching field spell for tier elements. But like I'm gonna say for pretty much any card in this set is just wait. What do you think?
Oh, always. I mean, when for the most part, not always, but for the most part, when you pre-order prices are always excessively higher than after like the solidification of like after the set always drops. So I think these are some of the higher prices that we're gonna see. But once people actually have their boxes, cases, start cracking them, start putting them on the market, they're gonna be a lot more available in excess, and the prices will drop. They may not drop significantly, but they'll definitely drop from what they are.
Yeah, I think so. Especially the ultra rares, because a lot of ultra rares are pre-selling for 40 now. Whereas I do think like some of these Sprite ultra rares like Elf and what's the other one? Sprite Starter, all of those gigantic Sprite, they're all going to be probably at least 12 to $14, I imagine, just because so many people are going to want them. But I don't think they're going to be, 40 to $50 per se. I mean, I could be wrong. They could be upwards of 20, but I guess it's really kind of hard to say this early um, right now. But the Starlight rares, as far as I've seen for what they've put up, are still really expensive. I think the Earth Channeler one was like $700, which is ridiculous. So if you're wanting that, I would wait as well. I haven't seen they haven't put the prices up yet for can't remember that. What is it called? Ultimate Slayer. They haven't put that one up yet, so I can't say if it's a fair price or not. Probably not, but the secret rare is going for 70, which I don't think is terrible. Like I do think a lot of people are going to want that card, but I think getting it closer towards like 55 or 60 would be where I'd be wanting to pick it up. But maybe $70 is a low point. You never really know. With a lot of these cards, you can kind of say they're going to go down in value, but there are exceptions where you're just wrong, or there's a lot more demand than you thought, or it was short printed, like Magician Souls, which is what we'll talk about in a few minutes here. But
I mean, it's a generic card that almost every player can use, and it is high rarity, secret rare, and it's brand new. So it's going to be quite some time until we get any kind of hint of a reprint for Ultimate Slayer. So unfortunately, I believe that 70-80 mark is going to kind of be here to stay for quite some time. It may drop a little bit, but for the most part, giving the
yeah,
history merit of this game, it's always going to
I'm
be
actually
up.
surprised that it started that low. I would have thought it would have started up towards 100, but that's just me. I guess the other thing too is I will say, with that being such a good generic staple card, this set has like every marker of success. You've got two tier one decks like beyond a doubt, and then you also have like the rest of the or a lot more support for Exo Sisters. I don't know if it's the rest, but which I think some of those are secret rare as well, like this Exo Sister.
Martha's secret rare, I
Yeah.
believe.
So I mean, that Exo Sister is probably even like a tier 1.5, tier 2, like strong deck. Um,
It's my understanding Exo Sister is supposed to like just completely cream Splight. It's supposed to be a really good matchup for Splight.
mhm.
But other than that, more specifically matched up against tier elements, at least from like the research I've done of play tests, tier elements it washes on Exo Sisters. So it's kind of like a give or take.
Yeah, I guess it would also depend. Like, well, if you've got like 60% representation of Sprite in the meta, then I would imagine there would be a pretty strong base of Exo Sister players, just because you're so often going to be playing against Sprite. Um, but yeah, with having that generic card that most people are going to want, like I compare it to like a sort of like your product prosperity type card. Not that it's as good or even a good comparison, other than it's just generic. That gives a pretty large selling point to this set as a whole, and then also factoring in that you have, I mean, pretty much every archetype in this set is really good. Tier one, I just think that this set's going to sell really good. I think that anybody that bought cases is doing really good. And I don't know. I think it's definitely, this is the booster set of the year to open up a box for fun if you want to, where I think you're pretty much going to be pretty safe with, if not breaking even, coming close, or if you're lucky, you make a little bit of a profit. I mean, if you open some of these secret rares, you're going to make your money back with one card for sure. But let's go ahead and move on to Legendary Duel Season 3. I feel like we've kind of talk that one out as much as we can. So for Legendary Duelist Season 3, we got a reprint of Magician Souls as an ultra rare, as well as 2 colored ultra rares. And on pre-sale, I think a day or two before release, or maybe even the day of, it was like around $15. And I did expect it to go towards 12, which I think it really would have had it not been short printed. From what I've been hearing, if you look at it, its pull ratios compared to other ultra rares, it's about 1/4 of the time that you would expect to see the other ultra rares. So it sounds like it's definitely short printed, which has led to a pretty crazy spike in price. So it's back to $32 for the ultra rare, which was around where the original print is as well. And actually, the secret rare looks like it's kind of pulling ahead here at 40. Again, I would suggest getting the original ultra rare, but I think the original ultra rare or the reprint secret rare is fine. It's completely up to what you like. I know you like secret rares personally.
I mean, so yeah, the secret rare is gonna have a fatter price tag, but it is technically hierarchy the highest rarity. But yes, I do prefer secret rare.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously the original print ultra rare is much older, and it is the original print, and it's like Legendary Duelist Magical Hero is like one of the most expensive sets that's available right now.
Yeah, no, I
Um,
mean, no one opened it. I mean, that's the thing. Like, you have so many boxes that are just sitting on the shelf sealed because,
no, everybody opened this set. There's none of this product is available for Magical Hero specifically. I
okay,
think I think like a
I might be getting it confused. I never invest. I'm not personally like well vested with those sets. I might be
mm,
thinking of whatever the one was that the
yeah,
Pegasus one.
these are going for around $180 a box, I think,
Okay.
to 250 maybe for first
Was this the
edition.
only one? Was Magician Soul what was or
You
was there
also
a
have
lot of
you also
hero
had
stuff?
yeah, you had all the hero stuff. So you had like Liquid Soldier. I believe you had like Malicious Bane and all of them. I can't remember exactly. I could be wrong. That could be a separate set. But you had a lot of good cards in Magical Hero. Oh, you had Soul Servant as well, and the Dark Magicians.
What's interesting about that too is that with season 3 dawning, they took that set and they pretty much upgraded like a lot of the hot cards, like Liquid Soldier, was one of them. I know that was like a really big hero card, and they made it a secret rare, which is pretty incredible that you can get the reprints at a higher rarity at a more affordable price point than the original ultras.
Yeah, I think we're running out of time here on this call, but I was going to try to show Soul Servants as well, just to show that I think that there are some short prints in this set, and just be careful. I think at this point though, Magician Souls, I mean, like it probably just can't hurt to wait. I just don't see the price going higher than where it is now. Unless you
Do
want
you
to go,
think do you think the ultras are gonna hold the biggest price out of the three, or do you think the colored ultras are gonna supersede the ultra
I think the
reprints?
ultra rare will do the best. I actually really want one of the blue ultra rares. I feel like that one is going to look pretty cool. So cases here 71 and then going towards 76. So it looks like that's starting to. Hey guys, apologize for the disruption. For whatever reason, my streaming platform decided that free calls are no longer unlimited. So it did make the White Mexican drop, but I'm gonna round it out because we were getting close to the end anyways. But basically, like I said, Magician Souls 30, it's up in price. Of course, because it is short printed in this set. The blue version is a little bit cheaper at 26, which is not too bad. I mean, again, I would have, if you were going to buy this, 15 was a way better price. But the blue version does look good. I would stay away from the red version. I'm just not personally a fan. Dark Magicians here at $8 to $9 is really not bad. I think long term, this is going to be a great card to have. Hard to say whether people are going to prefer the original print. For me, I just like this secret rare so much that I would rather just have the secret rare than the original print. But for Magician Souls, I just want the original print Magician Souls version. Don't know why that just took me out, but I guess it always comes down to personal preference and what you like. But I think either version's fine. I'm not sure what the original is going for at this time. Soulserving at 10. Actually, the White Mexican mentioned this to me earlier, but I guess this was pre-selling for around $6, and has kind of came up in price recently. But I think 10 is still fine. This card's so broken for what it does for Dark Magicians. And it would be great if they came out with more cards like this that you could use in other archetypes, something similar. Liquid Soldier up in price 13 or 14, like you can see here, pre-sale was $8.50. I think it might have even been like towards like 6 or 7 at one point. Seems like a lot of these cards are kind of coming up in value. I don't think a lot of people are opening this set, and that's probably part of it. You do see that there are sellers here that have like lots of copies of them, but from I've asked around and not a lot of people are ordering this. I did order a display case, but I haven't decided if I'm going to open it yet or not. I'll let you know, and if I do, I'll be opening on the channel for sure. Adjusted gold, $6. This is also apparently short printed, and I'm not sure why, because there was already a cheap version available as secret rare. But if you wanted to get a version, I would go get the secret rare. And honestly, for adjusted gold and malicious bane, like the only thing that was holding their secret rare prices down was the fact that we knew we were going to get reprints in this set. But now that these are short printed, you might want to go ahead and go pick those up before they go up in price, because of course now we don't have a lot of copies, new copies coming on the market. Individual packs are $4, which seems really low. If you wanted to open one up for fun, it's not terrible, but again, the best cards in the set are short printed. And really the most value you're getting out of opening a box is your secret rare promo, which a lot of times will pay for a lot of the cost of that box, since there are multiple ones that are around that $10 to $13 mark. I don't want to dig too far in here, but I did want to take a look and see how some of these are doing. Harpy's Pet Dragon, $250. Trip over him at $250. Again, I think this is not a bad card to have long term. Malicious Bane at $3. It's kind of what I expected. Sunrise at $2 here. I would pick this card up because you do have the original print ultra rare, but that means you only have these two prints. And from all the hero players I played against, they all are playing this card. And secret rare is just going to look nice. So I'm probably going to pick up just a couple of copies. I don't really care to have this for my collection per se. I'm not a big heroes guy, but I do think that these will go up towards like the 6 or 7 range over time. Who knows how long that'll be? It could be 5 months, could be tomorrow, could be a year. But I do think it has good potential. Dark Magician Girl, I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole, for this version at least. Apprentice Illusion, $2 is fine. Cursed Necrophir, actually, I would consider picking up and keeping sealed. I do think that collectors are going to want this card long term. You can get the ultra rare if you want, but I think it's not really worth it. I would just get the secret rare for under $2. It's really good. We'll look. I want to see what the Mystical Blast card is going for. Or White Lightning. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I'll know it when I see it. Sangan at $1.50, perfect price, I think. I already grabbed mine yesterday. I went ahead and ordered a play set. It's just nice to have. Sangan is just occasionally useful, and I'm playing Sangan in one of my decks right now, as a way to get into Hauk. Great card. I didn't even know some of these cards existed, but under $1 here. Predator Practice around $1.50. Where is that card at? I'm looking for the other promo. Dawnwalker at $1 is pretty good. I would recommend grabbing those if you like to play synchro decks. If you play a synchro deck, I would try it out in line, see how you like it. But it's definitely good. I don't know why it's not showing up. Did I do it? Let's see. I want to check my filters real quick just to make sure. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be less than $5. I could have passed it on the first page, so we're going to go back real quick and take a look. That was the last card I really wanted to cover anyways. But if I can't find it, we'll move on because I don't want to spend too much time looking for it. Liquid Soldier, Dark Magician, Soulserving. Okay, so it's $3. I did pass it. Mystical Elf, White Lightning. Again, I do think this is also a great card to, keep sealed up, put it in your binder, get a couple of copies. Personally, I do want one for my collection, and then I'll probably have a play set just to kind of hold and see what it does over time. I think it's kind of relatively low risk. I don't think it's going to go down from where it's at now. I mean, the artwork is just incredible. But other than that, that's pretty much going to be everything for this. If you have any questions or comments, or if there's any cards you want to see like in the next market watch, definitely leave them down below. I will have a market watch out for you tomorrow. This was kind of just more about talking about sealed product, not really a market watch in singles per se, but I do think it's going to be hopefully useful information for you, because I think personally it's kind of hard to tell from some of the other platforms that or other YouTubers that I've seen do videos like on Power the Elements and stuff. They'll talk about the set and how good the cards are, but they don't really get into, is it worth buying singles or is it worth buying sealed product? I do think in pretty much every case, singles is going to be your best bet. But if you're one of the people that like to open packs, I try to like I like opening packs a lot. But I don't like to be unsmart about it. Like I don't want to open something that I'm just obviously going to lose money on. So I try to pick products that I think I can make most of my money back on, or if it's something sealed that I think will do long term, I do buy that sometimes as well. But yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll definitely get to them. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.